Today, we're going to talk about if your ex was narcissistic, then you need to hear this. So, that word, narcissistic, narcissism, I swear it's one of those words that is just thrown around so much and too much. I will debunk some myths here for a second. Just because they're an asshole doesn't make them a narcissist, okay? Just because they broke up with you doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. And it is spoken of if it is some kind of a disease, if you will. It's not. It's a choice of behavior, often conditioned from an early age, normally childhood, due to environmental experiences and circumstances. And again, I will say this forever, that this is not to blame, this is not to shame. There is zero judgment in anything that I speak of. It is merely to open your eyes to awareness, to become awake, to see things for what they are, not for old patterns, habits, thoughts, perceptions, and beliefs. So, in lots of cases, a person who grows up to be an adult and has narcissistic traits, qualities, characteristics, often in childhood, they were neglected. And not always, okay, but it is often. And this may not be something you've ever heard. And again, I'm not condoning, but I'm neither condemning. I'm helping you to understand, because what this actually helps you do is have more peace and more compassion, which then frees you of the anger of the betrayal, because you probably are feeling probably angry at yourself, at them. You're probably thinking, what the actual fuck was that? What did I do to deserve this, right? You might have sworn off men for the rest of your life. You may have sworn off women for the rest of your life because of that. But I just want to give you some understanding of some reasons why this can happen. Again, because it frees you from the false perceptions that you've either judged yourself for it or you've judged them. Okay. And again, this doesn't mean that you condone it, doesn't mean I condone it. But what you don't accept, you judge. And what you judge actually makes you judge yourself. Well, that's another video for another day. So let's get into it. So often children will, when they grow up in an environment and they do not feel safe, they do not feel seen, they do not feel heard, they maybe have been abused, maybe they have parents who are emotionally unavailable, maybe they've been neglected. But one way, shape, or form, what starts to happen within themselves, within their own psyche, if you will, is they develop the belief that they don't matter to the people in their environment. Therefore, they become the center of their own universe. They matter so much to them because they feel they have not mattered to anyone in their world growing up. So this is often why the perception, if you will, or what you may have experienced if you had an ex who is actually narcissistic, not just an asshole, okay? Just to clarify that, is that they may have felt very self-centered, right? Like, and it may have felt that they could do no wrong. They don't take responsibility for anything, actually make it seem that it's your fault. Like something they did, somehow they turn around and they flip around and they make it about you. You did it. You made me do it. It actually makes you feel like you're losing your mind half the time, because inside of yourself, you know what the truth is, but they're so convincing, so good at manipulating you that you start to believe them. You start doubting yourself. You start losing yourself. So I will tell you that I'll share some of my own experiences because my first ex-husband was for sure narcissistic, without a doubt. His picture could be next to it in the dictionary, okay? And it ends up making you feel many different things. One, you blame yourself. How could I be so stupid? I saw the red flags and I did it anyway. Give yourself grace. Give yourself compassion. If you would have known better, you would have done better. And you know that. Okay? So forgive yourself. Next, you tend to like play in your mind and ruminate the woulda, shoulda, couldas. Please don't do that to yourself any longer. Again, kind of goes with what I just said. If you would have known better, you would have done better. And this was a lesson that you needed to learn, that you wanted to learn. You weren't victimized. You called this in. What the fuck are you talking about, Melanie? There's no part of me that would have called this in. From a meta perspective standpoint, zoom out. Your soul, before you incarnated in this body, chose that relationship and they chose you. It was a mutual agreement so that you both could learn. There are things that you wanted to learn about yourself that only this kind of relationship could have brought out. And those are the things that I'm talking about, okay? And as I'm sharing these things with you, you will start to have like those, oh, yes, aha moments, if you will, okay? You may have also felt, I totally lost myself in that relationship. I lost my identity because I know that's what happened to me as well. You forget who you are, or rather, it's not that you forget who you are, you become whoever they want you to be in order that you are loved by them, so they don't leave you, so they don't abandon you, so they choose you, so that they validate you. Sound familiar? Also, you will please them to your own detriment. And again, this will feel after you're out of it, not usually when you're in it, when you're out of it, such self-betrayal, such self-abandonment. How could I do that to myself? Practice forgiveness for you first and foremost. Again, this is not a relationship that you called in to punish yourself. It is to awaken yourself. So see the good in it. I know that might be hard right now, but maybe you take a pen and a paper and you start writing down, the so-called pros and cons, right? Because often what is perceived as bad or a negative experience, there's gold there. There is so much goodness. There are gifts in it. Had I not married the first ex, who was completely narcissistic, I wouldn't have had my 3 awesome children that I have a beautiful relationship with, and I adore and they adore me. They are amazing humans. Had I not had that relationship, I would not have come to the realization that how I thought about myself, what I perceived about myself, of my worthiness or lack thereof, of my deservingness of a good man or lack thereof, of that I need to settle because who would want me? Because I felt that I grew up like white trash, broken home, nobody wants that, blah, blah, blah bullshit that you take on from society is true, but it's not true. Had I not had that experience, I would not have had the strength and the inner knowing this isn't what I want in a man, in a partner. This is not healthy. This is not good. This is not what marriage is about. This is not what love is about. This is what control is about. This is what manipulation is about. This is what fear is about. I don't want this kind of relationship. And then be willing, because that's what started to happen. It actually took me 2 marriages and 2 divorces to finally wake up. Okay, so let all of my videos serve as your wake-up call so you don't have to go through the same thing. But you know what? Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do have to learn the hard way. Either way, let me be the role model for you if that's possible. If not, listen and then know, oh, there's other options, there's other choices here. Melanie gave me some great guidance. Oh, now I see what she's talking about. All that awareness has to take place in you. It's actually not enough for you to watch this video, for you to hear this video, and then do nothing with it. It's actually not enough. You have to be willing to then start to examine your own thoughts, processes, patterns, attitudes of mind, and then notice and shift them. Heighten your own awareness. See where your choices, your decisions are playing out to your own detriment, okay? What else do I want you to know about this? It's kind of normal in the beginning to stay in blame and shame. Blame of them, shame of you. How dare they do that to me? They've ruined love for me forever. I will never love again. Feeling victimized, really. The most empowering thing that you can do for yourself when you've been in that level of like a toxic relationship is examine your own patterns, your own thoughts, your own perceptions, your own beliefs. The best thing that you can do is take radical responsibility and accountability for how you got there in the first place. When I had the realization of the second divorce, the most profound thought, it feels like God smacked me awake, if you will. The most profound knowing that dropped in my mind was that I was the common denominator. That, yeah, I could say he was a narcissist and he treated me badly and he was mean and he talked shit to me and he tried to isolate me, and I could point, and we will live in a world that will actually encourage that. But there's no power in it, friends. There is zero power in it. In fact, you will keep yourself in victimhood if you keep doing that, if you keep believing that lie. The power is in noticing. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I noticed because it changed everything for my life. Everything, everything that went from survival to thriving, to toxic relationships, to beautiful, hot, happy, healthy relationships, to inner chaos, to inner peace, to something is missing, to always feeling fulfilled. Is this realizing I'm the one who chose them. So you're the one who chose that person that you call a narcissist. You chose them. What part of you is okay with choosing a partner like that? What part of you is good with all of those things you experience? Because that's what I had to ask myself. These weren't arranged marriages. I chose them. I married them. What part of me, and at the time I felt broken, but I know I am not, and neither are you. But what part of me is good with those kind of men who treat me badly, and not just occasionally, consistently? And I married them. I had children with one of them. What part of me, and I felt fucked up, is really what the truth was. So what part of me is so fucked up that I choose men like this? And then be willing to look there. I had to examine my own mind, my own thoughts, my own patterns, my own perceptions, my own beliefs. I had to spend time within that inner world, my inner world. And I came to understand that what I believed was that I was undeserving of a good man, that I wasn't good enough, that I should just settle, and that love actually hurted hurted me in the past. So I'll just protect my heart and I won't choose someone who I really truly love. I would choose someone who might feel safe, secure. Although the one who was narcissistic, he was the absolute opposite of that, okay? That's the hilarious part of it, okay? You think that you're saving your heart. You think that you're being safe from hiding or guarding your heart or armoring up or closing yourself off, but you are not. The pattern, the lesson that you actually chose to learn will come to you one way or another. It has to. It's your soul who chose to learn it. It's your soul who's calling it into you. So understand that the best thing that you can do here is to reflect like I did over 7 years ago. It changed everything. I was willing to see what was really going on in here. What did I come to believe? And then willing to do the work to unlearn. It's not that you actually, like, there's anything wrong with you, if you will, but you have taken on through conditioning, through your environment, through the thoughts you think, through your desires, through all of those things. You've taken them on and you've made them your own, and maybe you've believed them or you've called them truth. And then your experience will show you it again and again and again, which will only solidify to you as like a self-fulfilling prophecy that you must be right. But that's not the truth. The truth is you need to go within, work with a coach, work with a mentor, work with a therapist if you don't know how to do this on your own. I tried the DIY version. It's frustrating and you don't really know what you're doing. So work with somebody who does. I have some openings available for private clients, and I have a new group coaching coming up too, okay? Just planting the seed in case you're interested. Be willing to do whatever it takes because that's where I was. I made the decision right then. This ends with me. I'm not doing this ever again. I'm never getting into a relationship like this again. And it didn't come from a place of guarded or fear. It came from a place of I am willing and I will do whatever it takes to figure out what's going inside here, what's going on inside of here that is causing me to choose and marry men like this, and then willing again to heal that part, to unlearn that part, to do whatever it takes to change so that I only ever and always get into beautiful, healthy, wonderful, loving relationships. And I have, and I do. And that's how my life is. It can never be any different now because those patterns of thoughts, that conditioning, that nervous system wiring, if you will, that was set for bracing the worst and fear of the worst, and I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy, so I have to settle. And so then you end up sabotaging anything good because literally within your nervous system, it feels scary because it's a love you've never known. Be willing to examine those parts of yourself. Be willing to love those parts. Be willing to forgive those parts. Have compassion for. Understand. Accept. And be willing to do whatever it takes if you can't do that on your own to get there. This will change your whole life for the better in unimaginable ways. You will never again attract a person who actually has narcissistic characteristics, traits, and qualities. You will see him or her from a mile away. A mile away. Those red flags will feel like this. Don't do it! Right? It's not possible because you changed the inner, therefore the outer must change. As the within, so the without. Your outside world is a manifestation of your inside world. Are you willing to go within and examine those parts that are causing you the frustration, the heartache, the suffering, the pain of being in relationships with people who have narcissistic tendencies and traits. Are you willing to change those parts of yourself? Are you willing to transform them? Are you willing to love them? The choice is always yours, and nobody can do it for you. Only you can do it. Not meaning you can't have somebody like me walking side by side supporting you, showing you the way within yourself to the answers. But nobody can actually do it for you. I can't jump in your body and change how you think, change how you perceive, change the things that you do in your daily life. I can't make the decision for you. I can only show you what's available. It's always up to you. Always. So, on that note, I hope you found this enlightening. I hope you found this loving and compassionate. And above all else, I hope you found this empowering. Listen to this again and again. It helps. Repetition is the mother of all mastery. Listen to it again and again. Drop any comments if there's anything I can do to assist you further. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.